Here we are at part 3 of the American Revolutions, the Atlantic Revolutions, excuse me, and we're going to be looking at the Haitian and then Latin American Revolutions. The Haitian Revolution and the Latin American Revolutions occur after the French and American Revolutions start. So first is American, second is French, and then the Haitian is kind of an happens as an effect of what's happening in, or is caused by what's happening in Europe. And then also Latin American is also caused by it. And what I mean by what's happening in Europe is the chaos and destabilization of Napoleon. So Haiti is also called Saint Dominique. That's the French name for it. And Saint Dominique was a sugar island. Well, it was a sugar colony. Let me just pull this map over so you can see where it's located. So here's Haiti and their capital of Port-au-Prince. It's very close to Cuba, on the same island as the Dominican Republic, close to Puerto Rico. And then here's, Turks and Caicos, there's Florida and Meso and Latin America. Okay, so Haiti was actually the richest colony in the Americas, meaning that it was producing the most money out of any colony that was that was in the Americas. And that money came from sugar. In the process of setting up these sugar plantations, Haiti experienced severe deforestation and basically imported everything and exported only sugar. It's just phenomenal to think about that you would have all of these plantations. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that pause. There were some noisy teachers in the hallway. So there was mass deforestation. People were importing all of their food and exporting only sugar. There was no sustaining. Well, there was not a lot of sustenance on the island besides this production of sugar. So they totally destroyed the ecosystem on the island and devoted everything to sugar. And after the French Revolution started, there was rumors that all of the slaves in Haiti or in Saint Dominique were going to be released, right? That they were going to be emancipated. And as a process of all of these rumors and of course, that wasn't going to happen. I mean, France wasn't going to give up their most successful colony, their most profitable colony. But according to Enlightenment thought, it made a lot of sense. Um, the other thing about Haiti was that there were basically 3 groups of people. There were the Grand Blancs, or the like plantation owners. There were the Petit Blancs, which were like the lower French people who worked on the plantations but weren't slaves. And then there were the free Africans. And then most everybody on the island were slaves. Almost everybody. And these slaves made up, more than 90% of the population. And so when all these rumors were swirling about, it caused a lot of, it caused the slaves eventually to revolt. And this image was printed in a French paper. You can see the French, being chased onto these ships and out of the island. This was obviously to bring a lot of sympathy to the French cause there. Eventually, this revolt, which was led by Boukman, who was a voodoo priest, and L'Ouverture, who became a free African. This is him over here. Was successful. It's the most successful slave revolt in history. So Haiti eventually got their independence, and as part of this process, however, and one of the reasons that Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Haiti, they named themselves Haiti after the indigenous name of the island. They had to pay France back uh, reparations for all of the property that was destroyed. So all of these people who had been enslaved on this island had to pay the French plantation owners and the French government back. And this debt followed Haiti for centuries. Because as you can imagine, these people did not have very much money. So the reading that you'll do will talk more about that. All right, so take a moment to think about some of the similarities and the differences here between the Haitian Revolution and the French Revolution and American revolutions. Similarly, I would say they're caused by Enlightenment thought. But there are some other causes as well, as you can imagine, that are important here. The outcome is also similar to the American Revolution in that they earned independence. In terms of differences, this is a huge revolution. We're not just talking about a change in the social, we're not just talking about a change in the political order who's controlling people. We're talking about a change in society. We are talking about completely free Africans. And in addition to that, kind of changing around the social order completely. So this was incredibly revolutionary. All right, moving to the last group of revolutions, the Latin American revolutions, we're going to see that these revolutions occur after the revolutions as well. You could just think right there. After the revolutions in America and France as well. And they mainly occur as a impact as an effect of Napoleon. He invaded both Spain and Portugal, and as part of that, really destabilized their colonial systems. These countries were becoming more independent anyways, but that really strengthened their independence movements. So there are a series of revolutions, the Mexican Revolution, the Gran Colombia Revolution, and the Brazilian Revolution. I'll just show you where those countries are on the map really quick. So Mexico is up here. Gran Colombia impacts these countries here in the north, and then obviously Brazil. Bolivia is actually named after Simón Bolivar. So you can kind of think of the outer rim here being impacted by those Gran Colombian revolutions. You'll get a handout that discusses each of the revolutions in more detail. But since this video is more about context, that's what you're getting there. These revolutions are very interesting, especially in contrast to the Haitian Revolution, because whereas the Haitian Revolution was an incredibly social, it changed social structures incredibly, this one was more about political independence, not social upheaval. The Latin American countries wanted to keep their divided social classes, as well as the economic divisions and inequality. That existed, but they were more concerned with gaining political independence from Spain and Portugal. And as it happened, when these invasions started, and also because of poor financial management, Spain and Portugal were in no position to put up a huge fight for very long for these countries. These revolutions also ended by winning independence from Europe, but they failed to meet some expectations. For example, the Grand Colombia Revolution was supposed to create sort of a South American United States. Um, and that was led by Simon Bolivar, who actually went to Haiti while the revolution there was going on. And that was not successful. Those states became independent. Um, and also, people expected way more economic growth than they received. Simon Bolivar wrote about his disappointment with these failures in the Jamaican Letter, which we'll read for class. So again, take a couple minutes to think about the similarities and differences here and write them down on your slide. And that is all for the revolutions. In the next phase of this PowerPoint, we'll be looking at the impact of those revolutions. And that is all.